Keep looking. Please.
An emotional plea from a Lakewood Ranch family after a man goes missing. The latest in the search. Plus, a big boost for local business. How Small Business Saturday is helping store owners get back on track after a difficult year. And a look at the legacy of a local visionary. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 7.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dwayne Lindo. In just a moment, we'll have new details on a Thanksgiving mall shooting in Alabama. Police now drawing new conclusions about the shooter. But first, here on the Suncoast, the search continues tonight for a missing Lakewood Ranch man who has been missing for nearly a week. Jimmy Butler was last seen on St. Pete Beach. The distraught family has contacted the police. They also have set up a search and rescue group to find him. After 27-year-old Jimmy Butler attended a bike event on St. Pete Beach last Saturday, he went home on his motorcycle and was never heard from again. Jimmy's girlfriend, Katie Ayers, says after they had a few drinks at a nearby club, they drove home separately, with Jimmy riding in his white Honda. Now, the family has filed a missing person report with the Pinellas County Sheriffs, even skipping the Thanksgiving holiday to focus on the search.
It's not a feeling you can describe. This is not fun, especially at this time of year. And when you have children involved, like, no, this isn't fun.
It's highly emotional, highly draining. It's surreal. I keep saying it's surreal. It's the only word. I've gotten 4 hours sleep at a chunk at a time, and that's it. That's the longest I could sleep. I wake up and I have to see if there's a tip, if there's something going on, or I just can't sleep.
The family continued the search early this morning with the help of local volunteers and cadaver dogs. Sarasota County Sheriff's detectives are also hoping to find out more information about a cold case from 2012. Patricia Erin Scala disappeared 6 years ago, and detectives spent several years looking for her. That investigation ended more than a year ago. But 2 months ago, they got another tip from someone who says they knew Scala, that person telling detectives says she may have been murdered, and her remains were on the property of her former home on Vanna Drive in Sarasota. After 2 days of searching, detectives found nothing. They're continuing their investigation and are hoping someone will come forward with information. Scala would be 33 years old today. Anyone with any information regarding her disappearance is encouraged to call Crime Stoppers. And the Suncoast is mourning local visionary and entrepreneur Dr. Murray Klauber. Better known as Murph, according to the Herald Tribune, Klauber died Thursday at his home on Longboat Key, just a few steps from his beloved Colony Beach and tennis resort. Murph bought the Colony in the 1970s and raised his family just a mile down the road. In a previous interview ABC 7 did back in July, Murph's son, Michael Klauber, tells us about his father's accomplishment with the Colony.
His dream was to build the first all-suite hotel in the world, or at least the U.S., which he ultimately did. I think for me, the Colony was the start of the discovery of the magical place that Longboat Key is today.
Klauber was surrounded by his wife, Sue Bassett Klauber, and 4 generations of family members. He was 91 years old. Shop local. That's the message for today's Small Business Saturday. It's a message that appears to be heard loud and clear as stores enjoyed more business than usual. ABC 7's Rick Adams has more from downtown Venice.
Well, Small Business Saturday is always a big boost for local businesses on the Suncoast, especially here in Venice. Lots of people are taking advantage of the great small businesses in our area and the great bargains as well. Small Business Saturday happens the day after Black Friday to encourage people to support the local stores. It originated back in 2010. It's especially important this year because of the red tide. And in Venice, a beautification project has closed many roads, some of which have reopened just in time for shoppers.
That experience kind of gets people out and gets them downtown shopping, walking the avenues of our beautiful city, and meeting shop owners one-on-one where maybe sometimes they don't get a chance to do that.
And the shopping fun continues. In addition to today's Small Business Saturday, in just 2 days, there's Cyber Monday. Reporting from Venice, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And here's something you don't hear too often. There's a party going on in Venice right now. The Venice Holiday Parade just got underway at 7 o'clock, making its way through the downtown area. It's a tradition they have been doing for 40 years. This year's parade features more than 100 floats and more than 3,000 participants. including our crew from ABC7. It's family fun for everyone, and it officially kicks off this holiday season in Venice.
The city has done a phenomenal job. All the community has supported it. They continue supporting it, and we look forward to it year after year after year.
Tonight's Venice Holiday Parade is expected to be going on for at least the next hour or so. As always, thousands of spectators are lining that parade route. And a lot of people are taking advantage of the holiday weekend by hitting the stores or going to the beach. With what the weather looks like for tomorrow, let's go to Josh Stone in for Wendy Ross tonight for our first check on our first alert weather.
All right, Dwayne, thanks so much. Yeah, you know, it's going to be a beautiful day actually tomorrow, much like what we experienced today. Right now, if you're at the parade here in downtown Venice, 75 degrees, and around the Suncoast at this hour, mid-70s. So very pleasant Saturday evening. We're going to have a few clouds stream on by. We'll call for partly to mostly cloudy skies. There's a very slight chance for light showers to develop. Right now we have a light shower just to the north of Arcadia. It possibly could just be Virga. That means rain falling out of the cloud and evaporating before it hits the ground. So any shower activity that does happen is going to be isolated and very light for this evening. Just a few clouds in our forecast, and our temperatures will be actually about 10 degrees warmer than our normal lows. Our normal low at this time is supposed to be 58, and we may fall into the upper 60s for tonight, and that's about it. So a comfortable evening with a westerly wind over the Gulf of Mexico, but we do have cooler temperatures in our forecast, and we'll show you the details on that in a few minutes from now. Back to you.
Josh, thank you. Protesters are calling for justice after a 21-year-old African-American man was shot and killed by police during a shooting incident at an Alabama mall. Here's ABC's Lana Zach with the latest.
A tragedy 2 times over. 21-year-old Amanda Fitzgerald Bradford was shot and killed by police on Thursday as chaos broke out in an Alabama mall. Police say 2 people got into a fight at the Riverchase Galleria Mall south of Birmingham. That fight led to gunfire.
We've got officers on the scene. There has been shots fired.
But authorities now say Bradford was not the one who fired the shots that struck an 18-year-old male and a 12-year-old girl who was just a bystander. Investigators now believe at least 1 gunman is still on the loose. Bradford's family now in mourning. A 5th-generation military man joining up because his family says he wanted to help fix what's going on with black men in our country.
Our country needs to come to the forefront and say, we're going to stop looking at a man as a color.
That's right.
A man is a man.
That's right.
Protesters are now calling for transparency as the investigation moves forward.
There to be healing in this, we have to have the truth come forward and the truth be made known to everyone.
Some asking for a boycott of the mall.
No justice, no shopping.
But that shooting is not the only violence that plagued the biggest shopping day of the year. Black Friday shoppers in Syracuse, New York were asked to evacuate a Macy's store when 2 men got into an argument, that fight turning violent. 1 man stabbed in the abdomen, another in the back. And at the Mills in Jersey Gardens, panicked shoppers running for their lives after shots rang out. 1 man shot in the wrist, the suspect in that shooting still unaccounted for. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Police in Florida are on the lookout for a woman caught on camera swiping a package from someone's porch before throwing it out when she literally opened a can of worms. Steve Barrett explains.
This box of worms eventually made it back to the woman who ordered it. Worms still alive, and the incident caught on this doorbell camera. The woman covered the box, then carried it away from Shelley Draves' porch before hopping in a waiting minivan.
You can tell in the video she came up with a blue bag or a tarp or something, just kind of tossed it right over the bag. So she obviously didn't even look. She was just looking for packages.
So you're probably wondering why worms on a porch. Well, there's a perfectly good explanation for that. They were supposed to be Thanksgiving dinner for a bearded dragon. True story. Residents in the Apopka neighborhood where the theft happened are on alert now, and a number of them have video doorbells themselves.
You keep hearing of all these people that are having packages stolen, and we'd had packages in the past that had disappeared, and we weren't sure if they got lost at the post office or someone took them.
Trish Luddy lives around the corner from where this video was captured. She wishes there was video of the thief's face when she realized the loot was squirming.
That was Steve Barrett reporting. Police believe the woman dumped the box in a trash can after she realized it was filled with worms. They say that the woman could face felony charges. Still to come here on ABC 7, with a controversial new gated community planned to go up in Venice, how you can make your voice heard. Plus, a big day for the poinsettia industry here on the Suncoast, how hundreds are kicking off their holiday, decorating by shopping local.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Welcome back. Now to an update on a controversial new gated community in Venice. The contested Murphy Oaks subdivision planned next door to Foxlea Farm is up for consideration again. The Venice City Council will hear a rezone petition for the property Tuesday. It's one of the two public hearings scheduled on the matter. The other will be on a conditional use permit that would allow the community to be gated. In October, the Planning Commission unanimously gave its recommendation for approval of the 105 units to be built. Despite the concessions, Foxlea Farm, which does horse shows, and the Coalition of Central Venice still oppose the project. They say too many homes would be forced into inadequate space on the property. And it's the one day of the year a very well-known nursery in Brinton opens their doors to the public. Today, Auburn's Nursery had acres and acres of colorful plants on display and for sale, including nearly 200,000 poinsettias. Hundreds of people came out to this once-a-year open house to enjoy the beauty of the property and to pick up some plants for the holidays. Auburn's Nursery is a wholesaler that provides poinsettias for businesses such as Publix.
It's definitely fun, and we like to see, everyone comes out and gets to see something that they've never seen. 14 acres of red poinsettias is definitely a breathtaking view, so we enjoy it, and we like to hear what everyone has to say about it too.
Auburn's Nursery has been in business for around 100 years. That's a long time. They've been hosting this open house for nearly 30 years now. And, you know, when I think of fall weather, I think of this type of flowers, poinsettias in this case. So
yes, indeed. And it was a good day to go out and view those flowers.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
You couldn't ask for a better day, and we'd like to take credit for it when we can.
Yeah.
We usually get harassed about
yeah,
this.
absolutely.
All right, let's check out our tower cam, and boy, we had a few clouds that kind of streamed by today, but then we had a little more cloud cover in the afternoon, but it was a beautiful day, and I'll show you just how high we got today in just a few seconds when I show you the almanac. Radar right now, very quiet. There was a little light shower here in Hardee County that looks like it's dissipated, and I'm not ruling out an isolated shower for the rest of the evening, but I think we will be pretty quiet for tonight. Right now it's 74 degrees, clear skies, dew point at 71, and not much of a wind out of the west-northwest. So here we go. Drum roll, please. The high today, 81. Above the average of 77, so it was very pleasant. A lot of northerners down here now and enjoying and soaking up this nice warm weather. However, we really could use some rain. The deficit is about 10 inches, so when will we get rain? Looks like maybe the beginning of this upcoming work week. So expect another sunny day for us on Sunday tomorrow, and then a system's going to come in here to bring rain probably Monday afternoon, lingering to Tuesday. We still may have to tweak this because this front maybe could stall out, and that means we could have more rain falling on Tuesday, but it's still early. We'll just monitor this as the models update and give us more information on it. But right now, it looks like we'll have rain on Monday afternoon, maybe Monday evening, lingering into Tuesday. And then cooler temperatures are on tap for us as we get into next week, because in the wake of that cold front that's going to bring us the rain, then that cooler air will come into play. As far as what we can expect tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies. And a couple things to show you here on this map. There's two L's. L stands for low pressure, or how I tell the kids, L stands for lousy weather, because we have some lousy weather here in the Northeast, and it's going to get really lousy here in the Midwest. And when I show you this in just a second, but boy, for tonight through New Jersey into New York City, it's going to be a wet evening for them, very heavy wet weather there. And the other system here is in the Central Plains, is just starting to get going, producing some heavy snowfall in the Rocky Mountains. But if you are traveling tomorrow, maybe tomorrow afternoon, out of the Suncoast going up to, say, Chicago, good luck to you, because we have winter storm watches and warnings all through the Midwest here, at least the central Midwest into Chicago. Chicago O'Hare Airport is a major airport hub, and they could experience anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of accumulating snow by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. This is going to be kind of a nasty system that's going to back up a lot of air travel if you're heading in that direction, just to let you know. And actually, that system is going to affect us, because here's the tailing cold front here, and this is the cold front that's going to bring us the rain Monday night and into Tuesday. See, it all ties together. Tropics are quiet at this time, nothing to show you here, and hurricane season officially ends on November 30th, so by the end of next work week. Northwesterly to southwesterly winds at 5 knots. This is for the boaters tomorrow. Seas just offshore 2 to 3 feet with a smooth chop in the bays. For tonight, 65 will be the low above the average low of 58. And then our high tomorrow, 78 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Great day for shopping once again, so get out there and enjoy that. And here we go. Cold front comes in for Monday. We may have to tweak this a little bit, but looks like best chance for rain will be in Monday afternoon, Monday evening, lingering into Tuesday. It could linger for a while on Tuesday, and then cooler temperatures settle in. We may not get out of the 60s for highs mid next week. We'll climb back up in the upper 70s, more average-like, and then maybe by December 1st, small chance for shower activity. Dwayne?
Josh, thank you. In health news, a new study that says by the year 2030, almost half of those who need insulin won't have access to it. That's the drug needed to treat all people with type 1 diabetes and some people with type 2 diabetes. Kim Hutcherson breaks down the findings and why this is so concerning, even for those without diabetes.
As diets and lifestyles change, so do the rates of certain diseases. And according to a new study, these changes will cause a dramatic increase in the number of people living with diabetes. By the year 2030, 511 million adults around the world will have type 2 diabetes, and 79 million of them will need insulin to manage their condition. But a study published in the journal Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology says access to insulin will fall well short of demand. If access to the drug remains the same, researchers predict only half of those who need it will be able to get it. Diabetics in African and Asian countries will be impacted the most. Right now, 3 major manufacturers dominate the insulin market, and the treatment is expensive. While governments continue to encourage healthier lifestyles to prevent type 2 diabetes, the authors of the study also hope for initiatives to make life-changing insulin available and affordable. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Want to keep your metabolism working for you? New research looks into the relationship between obesity and the gut microbiome. That's the bacteria in your digestive tract. And when it's normal and balanced, it helps the body digest, process nutrients, and maintain your metabolism. 3 changes can happen to the microbiome. First, when you mess up your normal sleep-wake cycle, it can affect the balance in your gut bacteria. Second, if you lose weight, your microbiome actually works harder to hold on to all your calories, slowing down the metabolism. Third, high sugar levels, we're talking to you cupcakes, can cause gut bacteria leak into the surrounding bloodstream. That can lead to chronic inflammation. So to avoid big problems, consider paying attention to our body's smallest helpers. And after all romaine lettuce was recalled due to listeria, we are now seeing another recall due to the bacteria, this time linked to Vietnamese ready-to-eat pork products. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says Long Fung Products in Houston is recalling food items that were shipped nationwide. 4 people have been hospitalized after eating anchovy marinated pork patty rolls. The first signs of infection are gastrointestinal upset. Typical symptoms that follow include headache, stiff neck, fever, muscle pain, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions. The CDC says throw those products away and sanitize any shelf or drawer where the pork was stored. And still to come here on your Suncoast News, a 90-year-old shipwreck is found with a surprise inside. And MIT engineers built a plane that can fly with no moving parts. Those stories are coming up next.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare to do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you. Watch Suncoast View weekdays at 9 a.m. on ABC 7.
A ship that sank in 1928 was found in the Great Lakes, but it's what's inside that's just as impressive. Jeremy Roth takes a look at this.
An amazing discovery in the Great Lakes. A steamship that sank some 90 years ago was found at the bottom of Lake Huron. Divers got a chance to explore the wreckage of the Manitou, which sank in 1928. It was discovered in excellent condition 200 feet below the surface of Georgian Bay. And if that wasn't cool enough, still on board was a 1927 Chevrolet Coupe, also in excellent condition. You don't count all the barnacles and such. Experts say it's unlikely the ship would ever be brought to the surface, but they do remain optimistic that the classic car could one day be retrieved and possibly displayed in a museum. Watch an electric plane that has 0 moving parts fly nearly 200 feet. Engineers at MIT made it possible using a process called electro-aerodynamic propulsion, which I will now attempt to explain in record time. Instead of moving parts, the plane has an onboard solid-state propulsion system. It consists of a battery and an extremely high-voltage converter. Electrodes creating ions in the atmosphere collide with air molecules, and this ionic wind creates thrust similar to a propeller powering the craft's flight. The success of the craft's maiden voyage opens up a world of possibilities. MIT published their study in the journal Nature and hope to continue improving the tech. They say future applications could lead to quieter, simpler, and cleaner airplanes. So take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Still to come here on ABC 7, threatening to shut down the border, President Trump keeps the focus on immigration during the holiday weekend. Plus, how a wrong text on Thanksgiving has led to a new holiday tradition for 2 families. Those stories and more next.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
When ABC7 declares a First Alert Weather Day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a First Alert Weather Day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A First Alert Weather Day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather, we're here for you.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Welcome back. The mayor of Tijuana in Mexico is seeking aid from the United Nations. This as his city struggles to deal with nearly 5,000 migrants who have arrived at the U.S. border. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez with the latest.
A humanitarian crisis is mounting on the U.S.-Mexico border, according to the mayor of Tijuana, as nearly 5,000 Central American migrants continue arriving in his city. Officials and volunteers are helping the migrants, but the mayor of Tijuana refuses to deplete his city's public resources and is asking the United Nations for aid. A group calling themselves Border Angels has teamed up with other organizations across Southern California to help those migrants.
We've been there before, but this is the first time we do the Caravan of Love.
The so-called Caravan of Love will bring supplies such as non-perishable food, blankets, and toiletries.
These people are escaping a very difficult situation in their home country.
Many of those migrants fleeing violence or poverty in Honduras may be spending months in Tijuana. A report from the Washington Post says President Trump now has the support of Mexico's incoming government on a plan to remake U.S. border policy, requiring asylum seekers to wait in Mexico as their claims move through U.S. courts. The president has already threatened to shut down the U.S. border.
We will close entry into the country for a period of time until we can get it under control.
For the entire border?
The whole border. I mean, the whole border.
He also says he's granted the military increased authority.
If they have to, they're going to use lethal force. I've given the okay. Yeah, if they have to. I hope they don't have to.
But Defense Secretary James Mattis insists U.S. troops are just there to back up Border Patrol agents and will likely be armed with plastic shields and batons, not guns. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The Trump administration has released a new report on climate change. The 1,600-page report painting a dire picture. If nothing is done, the grim report comes at a critical time as the deadliest wildfires in California state history still smolder. Among the report's predictions and worst-case scenarios, America's GDP dropping by 10% by the end of the century. Hundreds of billions of dollars lost. As for the Southeast, stronger hurricanes and more frequent flooding. The Midwest, agricultural catastrophe, extreme heat, destroying crops, and in the West, increased fire danger. 13 federal agencies are now asking the administration to take urgent action against the dire threats. That action includes reducing fossil fuel use and greenhouse gas emissions. Now let's go to Josh Stone for a check on your First Alert weather forecast. Josh?
Sounds like doomsday right there. Let's talk about something more positive. It's a very beautiful Saturday evening. Low to mid 70s right now, mostly clear, but we're going to have a few clouds in the forecast for tonight. So we'll call for partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for this evening. A very small chance for isolated showers. In fact, there's one little cell here. It possibly just could be Virgo, which is rain coming out of a cloud and evaporating before it even hits the ground. But that's in the southeastern portion of Hardee County at this time. As far as the evening planner goes, well, just a few clouds kind of migrating across the sky. Temperatures cool down into the low 70s, and the overnight low, really this will be the temperature in the early morning hours when you wake up, about 65 degrees. Very pleasant evening for us, and not much of a wind at all, about 5 miles per hour. Back to you.
Thanks, Josh. Overseas now, a mass protest is underway. Thousands of demonstrators are flooding the streets of Paris, setting cars, trucks, and tires on fire. These images are from France, where people are protesting rising fuel prices, and the policies of the French president. Police have been using their tear gas and water cannon to control the crowds. At least 35 arrests also have been made. An investigation is underway tonight after a home in St. Paul, Minnesota was destroyed in a ball of fire. The whole thing was captured on surveillance camera. Just watch the buildings on the far end of the street. The explosion sending debris up into the air in a big ball of fire. The incident happened Friday morning. Officials say a man in his 60s was found inside what remained of the house. He was taken to an area hospital and is expected to recover. Neighbors and others describe what they heard.
I just woke up. My girlfriend just got out of bed. She went to go make food. And next thing you know, the whole house started shaking. Her brother was still sleeping and actually woke him up out of bed. And we all were like, what was that?
We could smell like a little bit of gas and a little bit of wood burning and stuff like that. But it didn't seem like it was continuous. It was just like boom, and it happened, and then it was over with.
Officials suspect the blast was caused by a natural gas line, but they're still investigating. Fire crews are determining the extent of the damage. The entire block where the house was located has been condemned, displacing at least 11 people. Now to the frightening moments for passengers on board a Golden Gate ferry and those waiting at the dock. An onlooker capturing this cell phone video of the out-of-control ferry boat as it came closer to the terminal. You see it crash into a concrete dock. Part of the vessel was also damaged. More than 50 people were on board the MS San Francisco. 2 people suffered minor injuries. Passengers on board say they had no warning of the impending impact.
There's nothing over the intercom, and you would think that they would have honked a horn or anything.
The vessels are inspected frequently by the U.S. Coast Guard, so there is a lot of oversight.
Investigators are wondering what went wrong in interviewing the captain and crew and conducting drug and alcohol testing. The Coast Guard also looking to the computer system to determine just how fast the boat was going. Now to a Thanksgiving nightmare for a 69-year-old Colorado man who says he was arrested in front of his family for a crime he believed was long behind him. Authorities said that Odell McGowan had an outstanding warrant from Indiana, but he has gone through multiple background checks, including those necessary to drive buses during the 2008 Democratic National Convention. And the warrant has never shown up before. Jennifer Kowalski spoke with him from jail.
It's been terrible. It's been like a nightmare.
This is where 69-year-old retired bus driver Theodell McGowan is having to spend his Thanksgiving.
I'm a father, a grandfather, and a great-grandfather.
Far away from the family he loves, behind these bars at the Denver jail.
I didn't eat because I didn't have no appetite for the kind of food they serve up in here.
It was hard thinking that he had no Thanksgiving dinner.
Police arrested McGowan 2 days before the holiday on a warrant from more than 3 decades ago in Indiana. News that came as a complete shock to his fiancée, Helen Allen.
A very loving person. He's not a troublemaker. He's a caring person. My children love him.
How are you feeling?
Embarrassed and tired and old. But I'm also embarrassed because my family, I think I'm disappointed in my family because they look up to me as a role model.
This technicality has resulted in him being pulled away from his family at Thanksgiving.
McGowan's attorney, Jason Flores Williams, says it all stems from a 34-year-old car theft charge, and he's now facing extradition back to Indiana, even though McGowan thought he'd served his time.
He was sentenced to 18 months, and he was doing his time in a halfway house, and he was told that his time was done at the halfway house, and so from that point forward, he just began to build his life up.
And build a life, he did. McGowan worked as a bus driver for both RTD and Denver Public Schools for more than 2 decades, got married, had 4 kids, and recently went on this trip to Alaska with his fiancée he met at RTD after his wife passed away.
My life is totally different. I'm a totally different person.
Despite working hard to do the right thing and becoming a role model for his kids and grandkids, McGowan says none of that seems to matter. What do you want people to know?
Well, things I would like for them to know is not really happening to me. I would like for them to know if you turn your life around and do all the right things, you should that should be recognized.
That was Jennifer Kowalski reporting. An Arizona grandmother and teenager continued a Thanksgiving tradition that started with a wrong text 2 years ago. That's when the now 61-year-old Wanda Dench accidentally texted Jamal Hinton, who is now 19. She thought she was texting her own grandson Thanksgiving dinner plans. The wrong text message went out viral on social media, and the two decided to meet in real life. They had so much fun together that Jamal started joining Dench's family for Thanksgiving. That's a tradition they plan to continue, maybe with a change of venue in the future.
Maybe I can invite you
Yes,
if we get our own place.
I'd like to retire from doing dinner and pass it over to the younger generation, and I'll come and visit.
The unlikely friendship has also expanded beyond Dench and Hinton. Their loved ones have also become friends. Great story there. Still to come, this weekend people are hitting the stores to get those holiday deals. A look at the frenzy. Plus, the best times to avoid buying a Christmas tree if you want to save money. It's all coming up next in Consumer News.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
your child's classmate,
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Cancer doesn't run in my family. That really was the farthest thing from my mind. I've been an athlete my whole life, and I work in sports, so my mindset was just, let's fight. So our stories are all unique, so whatever you're going through, ask questions, get information, and be involved. Don't ignore the signs. Join the fight. I'm Tony Beasley, and I'm a stage 2 colorectal cancer survivor.
Josh Stone back with your first alert weather, Josh.
Hey,
you know,
it's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice.
What else can you say?
Trying to take credit when we can, because usually the weather department does get harassed. But today, not so much. We'll take the credit because it was very, very nice. Temperatures actually climbing up into the low 80s, so not bad at all. As far as our radar goes, it is quiet. It will remain quiet for I believe the rest of the evening, now there's a chance maybe an isolated shower could develop, and I think it's going to be pretty quiet tonight, all in all speaking. 74 degrees right now, clear skies, not much of a wind out of the west-northwest. And mind you, the westerly wind is really going to help keep things warm tonight. Anytime we have a wind over the Gulf of Mexico during the evening hours, it does keep us warmer than if we were to have a wind over land, say coming in from the east or northeast. Well, things would be cooler. Land cools faster at night than the water does, so that's why. We topped out at 81, above the average of 77. No rain today. I mean, there's some isolated showers we picked up on the radar about 15-20 minutes ago, but officially no rain here at the airport, and we are about 10 inches of a deficit. But rain looks to be in the forecast Monday afternoon and into Tuesday. I expect another sunny day for us on Sunday, and then here's this cold front coming in to bring a rain on Monday night into Tuesday. May have to tweak the forecast a little bit. Models are still trying to grasp what exactly is going to happen. The front could stall on us on Tuesday, which would mean more rain in the forecast for Tuesday. But either way, it does look like it is going to come in on Monday night and linger into Tuesday. Cooler temperatures then will be coming in by mid next week. Once the front arrives and sweeps by, in the wake of that front, the cooler air is going to filter down from the north. So here's the cloud cover coming in on top of us for this evening, and then we'll dry out briefly, have high pressure just to our north, so we'll have a little dry air coming in. We'll be seeing mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for tomorrow. But this is the system to look at. We'll get to that in just a second. Another one, though, just quickly, is producing some very heavy rain through Virginia and areas in Washington, D.C., streaming through New Jersey and Philadelphia. Extremely heavy rain on this Saturday night. Looks like it's making its beeline right towards New York City. Now, let's talk about the other system I just showed you here in the Central Plains, producing some heavy snowfall in the Rocky Mountains. But this is going to cause some issues if you are traveling, say, to Chicago tomorrow. Maybe you were down here having turkey dinner for the holiday, enjoying the nice weather, and now you're going to go back up north. Well, along I-70, along I-80, not a good travel situation for tomorrow because winter weather watches and warnings are in effect. And watch what happens here. About 6 to 12 inches of accumulated snowfall around Chicago through northern Illinois, and even a swath of possibly 15 to 18 inches from Kansas City all the way through southern Missouri. So this is going to be kind of a nightmare for travelers. Of course, Chicago O'Hare is a major hub for airlines, and that could really disrupt travel for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. But also the tailing this system to the north here is the cold front that's going to come by and bring us the shower activity on Monday night and into our Tuesday. So here we go. One nice day here of sunshine, which is tomorrow. Then the cold front comes in Monday, possibly lingers on Tuesday to bring us the widespread shower activity. And notice the highs by mid next week, not even getting out of the 60s as that cooler air comes down from the north. And as you can see, we finally climb back up into the upper 70s as we get to the end of next work week and into next weekend. Dwayne?
Josh, thank you. And in consumer news, the holiday shopping season is in full swing. And in some places, the hunt for a bargain is turning into a blood sport. Crowds racing to snatch up the best deals with frustration and tempers boiling over. ABC's Lindsay Davis gives us a look at the shopping frenzy.
Overnight, customers reveling in the Super Bowl of shopping. An estimated 116 million people dashing out for deals across the country.
So we did Thanksgiving yesterday, and we saw some good ads, and we're like, you know what, we've never done Black Friday before.
Shoppers in this Tennessee Victoria's Secret store got so aggressive to get the deals, they actually bum rushed the counters. You can see that store clerk there has to jump onto a table in order to get out of the way of the mayhem. Customers tearing clothes off shelves, literally fighting for the deals in the aisle. These two women in a Georgia Walmart brawling over pots and pans. The shopping madness at times ending in senseless violence. In New Jersey, police are searching for a gunman after a man was shot in the arm after a fight broke out, sending shoppers running for their lives.
A lot of children crying and people just banging on the walls and banging on the doors, trying to, begging to come inside the store.
Shoppers in this Alabama mall ducking deadly gunfire, which left one dead and a 12-year-old girl injured. Police say the suspected shooter is still on the run. And 2 men stabbed Friday evening at Macy's in Syracuse, New York. But it wasn't mall melee everywhere. Plenty of shoppers waited patiently to score the holiday kickoff deals.
I came with him at 4 o'clock in the morning thinking people would be shoving each other through the door. That didn't happen.
And many choosing not to wait it out at all, opting for the digital deal route with Cyber Monday just 2 days away.
That was Lindsay Davis reporting. With 31 days left till Christmas, the countdown is on. The average shopper expected to spend more than $1,000 this holiday season, up to 4% from last year. And if you're like many Americans, you may be thinking about buying a Christmas tree this weekend. And you may be wondering, when is the best time to buy a real tree? Well, it's probably not this weekend. According to a report by the National Christmas Tree Association and Square, the report analyzed the Square sales of Christmas trees. It showed Christmas trees cost about $77 on Black Friday. And the price spikes on Cyber Monday to $81. If you can't wait until the week before Christmas, the average cost of a Christmas tree goes down to $64. And procrastinators get the best deal of all. If you wait until Christmas Eve to get a tree, you can find one for $47. However, by that point, you may not have as much of a choice on what tree you are going to get. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do.
Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000.
Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just gotta try a little harder.
I'm trying as hard as I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7.
In entertainment news, a funeral was held for Kim Porter. The actress, model, and former partner of music mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs, Porter passed away in Los Angeles earlier this month. Officials say she was suffering from flu-like symptoms and went into cardiac arrest. Porter and Combs were a couple for more than a decade and stayed close after they split up. They have a son and twin daughters. Porter also had a son from a previous relationship. In addition to her modeling career, Porter had multiple film and television appearances. She was 47 years old. A historic Detroit mansion owned by late singer Aretha Franklin has been sold. According to public records, the brick home adjacent to the Detroit Golf Club fetched $300,000 in a sale last month. It was built in 1927. Her colonial-style house in suburban Detroit's Bloomfield Township is still listed for $800,000. Franklin died of pancreatic cancer in August in her Detroit riverfront apartment. She was 76. And like many couples before them, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan are moving to the suburbs ahead of the anticipated birth of their first child. Kensington Palace announced today that Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, will move from the Kensington Palace in central London to Frogmore Cottage. It's a house on the grounds of the Windsor Castle early next year. The couple is expected their first child in the spring. They married in a chapel on Windsor Castle grounds in May. And actor Tim Allen has dropped a few hints about an upcoming animation Toy Story 4, saying it will be emotional. Allen has provided the voice of Buzz Lightyear in the Disney blockbuster series since 1995. Speaking to Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show this week, Allen said the last scene of the movie, I couldn't even get through it. I read it and I had to turn around. It was so emotional. He also revealed that the Matrix star Keanu Reeves will star in the 4th installment. A trailer for Toy Story 4 was released a week ago.
Interesting.
Good stuff
I never
there.
saw Toy Story. You see?
Neither have I.
Really?
Never seen it.
Okay. Well,
Never
we
seen
need to
it.
see it together sometime.
Yeah. Well, maybe not together, but you know,
well,
one of these days.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'll go out and check it out sometime.
Well, you know, see you tonight at 11.
Take care.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Watch Suncoast View weekdays at 9 a.m. on ABC 7.